Always, always so exciting. And we are live. We are live.
All right,
Whoa,
we're live.
we are live. We are live.
Perfect.
But tonight, our Jennings list.
I know,
As
man.
Jennings is not doing well, unfortunately.
Yeah, is he feeling any better? Have you talked to him?
No, I messaged him and I asked if he was still alive, and he said somewhat. So that's a good sign. Because usually, like, if he's really sick, he won't respond, won't do anything. So,
Yeah, when I went down with COVID last year, although he doesn't know he has COVID for sure, right?
yeah, he's not sure.
But when I went down, man, I'll tell you, dude, I went days without. Well, first of all, I was in the hospital for a while, but I went days without responding, man. Like, I'd pick up my phone and I'd see some messages, and I'd be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
dude, I don't have the energy for it," and I go back to sleep for like 4 hours. Just in bad shape.
uh, yeah, I supposedly what's up, Nando and Shania? Kimberly, our buddy is ill tonight. He came down with, we're not sure if it's COVID or what, but he's not doing fantastic right now. So
And I asked
he bowed out tonight. But yeah, in theory, I had COVID. I'm in denial about it. I don't think it was legitimate COVID. But my wife made me a cocktail of medications, and she mixed meds. And I was so stoned out of my mind. Like, I would try to stand up and walk to the bathroom, and I found myself face down on the floor in like the living room. I couldn't figure out where I was. It was really exciting. And I called my boss, or I tried to call my boss and say, I'm not coming in today. And it came out something like, so that didn't go well. So I decided I would try and text him. So it took me about an hour and a half, but I texted, I have COVID. I'm staying home. And it was so rough. I couldn't see anything. I was like, it's not happening. It's just not happening.
All right, man. So we got
What's up, Erica?
Hey, where do I see all the people, man? I don't ever see it on my end.
Do you have
Oh, never mind. I just saw. I forgot
if
that you have the comments, the private chat, and the comments thing, right?
right. So it kind of depends on, like, I don't know if you can see like comments coming in from all sources. Um, Sometimes it's like, I know that for viewers, if they're viewing from like the American Ram Cup page, they're only going to see comments and stuff made from others viewing from that page. So then, like, people viewing from the show page, they're only going to see stuff that's commented if from other people viewing on the show page, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, trying to figure that out. Yeah, I'll let them know, Kimberly. Yeah. It's my wife had it in like September, and then November she had this really weird taste and smell thing, and it's still not back 100% properly yet. Like, a lot of stuff tastes and smells rotten to her. So
Yeah, dude. It took my taste came back a little before, but it took like 10 months for my smell to come back.
Mm.
So, and which affected some things that I'd want to eat, right? Because like some of the things that you eat are very smell dominant, So, but yeah, and the biggest thing was how much hair I lost. So, like,
Oh, really?
yeah, dude, I lost a ton of hair. I don't know why, but like even to this day, my hair's somewhat thin, even though I'm growing it out right now.
I see that. I can see that.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I had COVID because I couldn't taste beer, but then again, it was also Coors Light, so I don't know how great of a gauge that was.
Yeah, do you taste that anyway?
Yeah, well, I couldn't taste it for like a day and a half, and then I got it. Oh, hey, look at that. Nate's watching from the show page and commenting as the show page.
He still has
Oh,
his-
Shania has a good question.
Oh, you guys want to jump right in with that question, huh, Shania? Miss Shania Twain. So, what's the oldest year y'all sell parts for? The other day I looked up a 1959. It was a Chevy pickup. I can't remember the breakdown exactly of it, but we actually had some parts available for it. So, I mean, sometimes we can go back quite a ways. But the big issue that we don't specialize in like those older truck parts and car parts and that kind of stuff. But sometimes if they're universal or someone's done like a swap to like an LS or something like that, then we can get it. But we the issue that we're having though right now, the industry's having is that like our Mopar dealerships and stuff. I mean, if it's anything 2017 or older, like they're just basically saying, hey, we don't know when we're going to get it back if we ever are. So as things run out, some of those just aren't becoming available anymore. And the reason being is because all the manufacturing is going into new products, or the newer model lines. So some of that can be challenging. I know like a lot of folks on like, it seems like the hardest hit that we found is like the Ram, like 2010 to 2012. I mean, those were already kind of hard years because of the bumper swap, but yeah, some of those parts just don't even exist. So yeah, so if you on that 2008, feel free just to message Andrew or message myself. So I think it might just be me on because looks like we're losing Malachi.
I can hear you and I can see you. Can you hear and see me?
Now I can.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
come.
Shania, just message Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how
I
many we
don't
got
have a
on right now?
solution. It says 8, but
Okay.
it could be lying. It could be. I don't know. I don't know how much I trust its counting.
Yeah, because after the fact, you have more people viewing and all this other stuff nowadays, right? So
Yeah, yeah. I was talking to Nate and the show last week. We have, I think, I think we had like over 3,000 people that had this on their screens or had the episodes on their screens for different durations of time, or it was like viewed for, whether it was a second or the full Monty. I mean, it was on, I think, over 3,000 screens. I haven't checked it in like 2 days, but
that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, Kimberly, I think I got confused too. Some of them, like if they're looking at it from the American Ram Club, it's only showing those that signed on from the American Ram Club. Malachi was going over that. And then like if they're looking from other sites or like the page or whatever, or even the chapters, right? I mean, they like show different.
Well, the chapters, I copy and pasted the link from the show page onto each chapter. So if they want to view it, basically they click the get reminder if they do that, and it takes them to the show page.
Okay.
So they would be viewing it from there.
Yeah, so I think that's where the numbers sometimes are kind of swayed. So yeah. So man, since last time I've been on, you've had some big wigs, right? I mean, you guys have had the Go Rhino folks, you've had Josh. Yeah, I mean, you had Pedro. I mean,
it's been a hoot.
Run, huh?
Yeah, it's been a heck of a run. We've had some awesome folks on. Next week, I don't have my list up. I'm scared to try and open it with my internet, but Roll and Lock is on next week,
Yeah.
so it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, dude. I mean, first of all, like you get on all these other pages, right? And I get invited to all kinds, right? We're on Chevy pages and Ford pages and all kinds of stuff. And, none of them really have the resources and structure. So, again, I know sometimes there's some criticism here, with like how everything's structured, but at the same time, I mean, you got a show like this now that you're getting major manufacturers to come in and talk about products and what they're releasing and what's going on and all kinds of stuff. So that's really cool. Good job, man.
Definitely. Well, thanks. So that's kind of what we wanted, was to, get companies on so that people can ask their questions and stuff. Because, your accessory parts is really, or accessory.parts is really kind of an oddball in that you message and you're talking to either like you or Andrew.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. Like, I talked to two companies today. One was my tuners, and with them, I've talked to them on the phone for hours trying to diagnose and troubleshoot and product development and stuff. So like them, I talk to, and I can give them a call, and it's fantastic. But then another company I called, it was like hold and this and that, and the person just could not get off the phone fast enough. So it's nice to have folks on the show that are in the industry making products and are familiar with products and familiar with the industry, what's going on, what they're kind of forecasting, for people to be able to ask those questions, which I think is honestly one of the best parts of the show. That and the roast, because the roast is
Yeah, the roast is pretty cool. Yeah, there's no question. I mean, that right now, and then, I mean, obviously with the way the industry is going, I mean, I was talking to a buddy of mine that's been in the industry for, he's in his 45th year, basically being in the car space of some sort. And, as he put it, 2 years ago, if you would have taken the craziest person in the world and said and had them come up with the weirdest idea of what the industry is going to look like now, no one would have ever come up with this. No one would have ever come up with saying, hey, listen, the shortages are going to be as bad as they are. At the same time, with regulations and all this other stuff and gas prices, we're going to move to alternative fuel vehicles, and it's going to accelerate that. And yet we don't have the infrastructure for it. I mean, no one could have figured this out, like our new cars on lots, just non-existent. I mean, again, no one would have ever been able to understand that. And it's quite amazing that we've been, as an industry, been able to thrive even at all,
oh, yeah.
but uh, there's some scary times ahead, but not being doomsday, whatever. I like the way Josh put it. I mean, there also is some pretty good things to be had. I mean, I am personally pretty excited about some of the electric vehicles and body changes and that kind of stuff, from the fact that the modification side and the manufacturers are dedicated to the vehicle modifications and the RPM Act from SEMA that's being pushed and everything like that. I mean, it's still creating an industry, and we actually may see more of it. So, that's a good thing, especially when like some of these EV models, are going to be priced baseline really, really high. In terms of production, they may keep those margins really, really tight and put, the manufacturers, and when I say manufacturers, I'm talking the vehicle manufacturers, may put more in vehicle add-ons to make up some of that margin. So as you dial in your vehicle to specifically what you want, is where they'll actually tack on more money. But base model money, they're just going to have to, because they're trying to change an industry, from being used to combustible engines to something else at some point. So Shania had another question. She said, any advice on beefing up the suspension of a 3/4 ton without bags, or completely changing it out to heavier? Again, beefing up, I mean, you're probably beefing it up for towing or something, I imagine, or I guess I'd like to maybe understand what you're beefing it up for. I mean, you could
Yeah, I
add,
think it would depend on. the goal, like towing versus hauling, or if you don't want bags. And I'm guessing, I think that that's leaf springs. Those would be
Yeah, I mean,
leaf, not coils. So
yeah, you can add a leaf too. I mean, I did that on an old I had a 2002 Ram um that I did that too. I basically made it into like a 3/4 ton from a half ton on there. Yeah, so yes, I do a lot of towing. That probably should be down with a ton truck or be so she should have a 1 ton truck. Yeah, so should I don't know how often you message Andrew, but if you feel free to message him or me. Um and there's some things that we can walk through. Andrew's a little bit better at the suspension side. In general, Andrew's better at products than I am anymore because I'm working so much on the business that he's able to handle a lot of this stuff. So he might be a good first pass to bounce things off of. But there's some alternatives. Again, I said this many times when I've been on. Some of the alternatives that we look at, we have to also look at what availability is on that. So um, it's not a factor I would have given you 2 years ago in terms of what's best. But sometimes you got to you know. In terms of how you're going to change everything out, you got to think of availability and maybe even some mix matching. Because if you waited for the manufacturers to deliver some of these kits now, I mean, we have kits that are 2 or 3 years out. And it's just insane. So Kimberly, you asked if we have the pedal commander. We do. So yeah, feel free to hit Andrew up on those pedal commanders. And Banks has a pedal monster too. So whichever one fits your needs the best, we can definitely get you taken care of there. So those pedal monsters are kind of cool. Our pedal commanders are pretty neat. So Malachi, what did you want to go over tonight? What can I help with?
my internet would be fantastic. Well, essentially, I don't know if I'm coming through or not, but
I can hear you a little bit.
from what I understand, you may have an exciting announcement. I'm not sure if you're ready to launch that.
Yeah, so it looks like I lost Malachi. So I hope everyone can still hear me. If you can't hear me, okay, you're back.
I'm back now. We'll see how long it lasts.
Hey, can someone comment though? If when Malachi signs off, can you guys still hear me or what? Because I'll just keep going then.
I think they can still hear you if I'm
Okay, so
out.
it doesn't shut off the live.
No, it shouldn't. No, I think I have to go in and shut it off manually.
Okay, yeah, they said they can. So okay, good. So Malachi, if you do fade, I'll just kind of keep going. Again, I have a stop time at 8:30 Central, so from there I'll just have to shut it down. So so you asked, do we have some exciting news? Accessory.parts has some really exciting news. It's kind of amazing. So long story short is that to date, no one has fully been able to develop an installer's network that really kind of takes care of everything in terms of, when I mean everything, like cradle to grave, like a one-stop shop from window tint to lift kits to sunroofs to vehicle electronics, to wraps to all these things in the middle, installing pedal commanders, what have you, all that kind of stuff. So so we actually, I think some of you guys that are personal friends of me on Facebook, and anyone, feel free to hit me up. I usually accept most people. Um, uh, Last year, or actually about October of last year, I went ahead and joined SEMA's Professional Resellers Organization, and became a board member on their select committee. And So that's where I got Josh involved and everything, because he's the chairman of the board on there. But we took the restylers across the nation and now have partnered with many of them, and we're developing a network that includes them. So um, again, I feel weird when Malachi comes shuts off because I'm just talking to myself. So in a room. um, but anyway, so we developed. So we work with the guys from SEMA, Professional Resellers Organization. So a lot of people don't necessarily know what a reseller is, and really what a reseller is a qualified installer of multiple services. So they have to be qualified many times with, and most of these guys are your leading installers for manufacturers of like window tints and like, like Lumar or Expel and these major manufacturers. These are usually your top tier of those. And a lot of those folks actually, you're back.
We'll see.
You said you were doing something. So,
Yeah.
a lot of these folks that we worked with are have been mostly behind the scenes. So most people know them when you go to a dealership, for example, and you are accessorizing your vehicle, and you say, "Hey, listen, man, I want wheels and tires, tonneau cover, and that paint protection package, and or nowadays ceramic coating or whatever on my vehicle." Um, a lot in most of your dealerships across the nation actually outsource that to resellers. And so these are the people behind the scenes that actually do a lot of the work. So we have partnered with them. Now, sometimes you got to be a little bit cautious, right? Because, is that mine or yours, bro?
Did it sound digitized or did it sound like a crash card?
Yeah, it sounds digitized on your end.
I don't know what to do. I'm trying. I swear I am trying to get this fixed. I haven't found a solution. I'm doing all I can.
It is so funny though. When you leave, I am literally in a room talking to myself, so it's like the hardest thing in the world to do. But so bear with me, everyone. But anyway, yeah. So one of the things with like resellers, like you know, again, sometimes dealerships get a bad rap on their installs and pushing product lines and everything because of cost or whatever. So allowing us to take that to like the general public, utilizing that, you don't have to pay some of the higher prices. And so now we've created this huge pool of purchasing power to continue to keep costs down, because costs on the wholesale side from raw materials have gone up. So what we see on the retail side of increases of 30 or 40%, on the wholesale side, those have been 50, 60%. And so those margins have been eaten down. And so and that's why there's less and less offering, like when you buy a vehicle nowadays, because most people just aren't touching that, those kind of things. And with the internet and being able to search for stuff too, it's hard to compete. So again, one of the challenges that we had with Accessory.Parts when we started with you guys, like American Ram Club, for example, is that we were only actually hitting the top, like I would say 10% active members within, the organization, or, ARC in general. And these are folks that, have access to, things being installed or can do it themselves. But what we were getting a lot of feedback on is the folks that we're missing. And again, a lot of the presidents, I'm sure chapter presidents can tell you this. You get a lot of people that come in here and are influenced by others, right? So, you get your people that modify your trucks and do all this kind of stuff, but then you get your 45-year-old dad with a couple of kids and a wife that doesn't have the time, and even if he could, afford this, which they probably can, a lot of times they just don't know where to get it installed. They're not going to go throw a lift on themselves. They're not going to have their vehicle down for 2 days, whatever the case may be. So now when you partner with an install network, you can answer that piece. So this creates a huge opportunity. Again, this is just a stepping stone of, our commitment when we developed Accessory.Parts was be fully committed to the enthusiast community. And this is just another step in that. So connecting enthusiasts with local installers or connecting influencers. Oh, Nathan, you're alive.
I had to come say hi for a little bit.
Well, good. That way I have someone to talk to when his internet.
Right. I felt bad. I didn't want you going solo.
So yeah, so that it's been pretty exciting. I mean, developing that. We actually are in the middle of our first 2 launches right now. So we launched with DPS Automotive out of Chicago. So in the Arlington Heights area of Chicago. And we've launched with Josh's group, Auto Editions, in Columbus, Ohio. So again, we have to take in consideration that they're their own unique. And this is one of the reasons that most folks have not done an installers network, is that each of these installers are unique, right? And trying to get them all to do the same thing all at once is a very difficult process. And so this allows us to, work with their individuality and differences. Like we had kind of a different conversation with Josh. Soft trifold, as a tonneau cover, for example, that's their main offering in the Columbus area, right? But if you come here to Omaha, Nebraska, soft trifolds are hardly ever, offered, and people go with soft roll-ups in comparison to that. So, they may get a little more snow there because of the lakes and all this other stuff closer to them. So it could be a little bit heavier on that. They want the structure from the soft trifolds. So there's all these little unique things, and then we're going to be bringing on some folks from the Bay Area out in Nathan's world here. So Nate, be prepared for that. Those folks have to their rents and their taxes and everything out there higher, right, Nate? So so their prices, those kind of things are a little bit different than what you get in the Midwest. So these are all things that we have to work out and kind of standardize, across the board. But what's nice is that we can bring a lot of raw costs down collectively working together. So, and then bringing this community together, this allows, let's say, you got like Josh or something, like his group does, a ton of like sunroof installation, right? But then you get your group out in, I don't know, Chicago that really doesn't do many, right? But now if you pull them together, they get the same purchasing power. So once they get into that, they can bring the cost down to which is reasonable to get into the marketplace. But also then they pull from the network to say, hey, listen, we need some folks out here to train us on a regular basis, because that's the hardest part that we're, one of the hardest things we're facing right now is just the skilled labor. You can get a lot of bodies that are willing to stand around, but actually those that know what they're doing and years of experience to come out and teach someone else is far and few between. So, yeah.
Are we all matching?
I got a black one on.
I got the white one.
Yeah. So we're kind of close. And I got a mop underneath of it right now. So. So Nate, how you feeling, man?
Yeah.
No.
I can't go long without doing that.
Did you get tested yet, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. No results.
Positive.
You are.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that in our conversation today. Did I miss that?
Yeah, this morning I was a lot worse.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. What's going on?
Well, my hat's off to you, man, because I tell you what, when I had it, I couldn't do anything. So.
Like tomorrow or Friday.
Is this the first time you've had it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. I hope it doesn't hit you too hard, man.
Either. My wife, it's starting to go away with her. And like the line's like very thin. So.
Dude, is your internet choppy too, or is it just mine? I
it's choppy too.
You guys are perfect on mine.
Yeah, sometimes when you talk, man, it's you're coming in choppy now.
Me?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I don't know what Malachi's done to you, dude. He sprinkled that internet juice on you or something.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to. This whole internet, I don't know if it's StreamYard or. I know my internet is horrible. It's a given. Anywhere I go, it's a given. But I don't know if it's StreamYard or what it is.
Yeah, you're back to the robotic mode, dude, when you talk.
Yay!
I can't believe mine is Malachi.
Yeah,
Something on my.
I don't know if it's just me too, but there's like this buzzing sound.
I hear the buzzing.
Okay, you got that.
It's on Malachi's. You gotta reboot that Wi-Fi.
I just did. I just.
Did he get so frustrated?
I don't know if this will come through. But today is my last day that I have to be here for the live. So I think next week I'm going up to my parents' house and giving it a try. I'm gonna pack my computer, my monitors, the whole 9 yards up and go up. Summer break starts. Like today's the last day with kids, but I have to be able to get to my email.
Malachi, you should look into Starlink.
I'll take it.
I think it's like expensive to start, but you'll be able to get internet anywhere you go.
Oh, I don't care how much it costs at this point.
Yeah, what is? I don't even know anything about that. What is that?
Starlink?
Yeah.
That's the Tesla internet.
Yeah, how does it work though?
There's just satellites all over the Earth, and you have like this portable. It's like a flat dish, sort of, and it will pick a signal up from any of the satellites.
That's cool.
My buddy did it because the town I live in was actually a test area for it, and it was pretty cool. At one of our meets we had in my town, at night you're able to watch all the satellites orbit around us. So it was like 75 satellites just going. It was crazy. But yeah, you paid like $500 to get started, enrolled, and everything. And my buddy finally just got his satellite the other day. Freaking loves it.
Oh yeah, so I just looked it up. So it's you pay $5.99 for the hardware, $50 to get it shipped to you, and then service is $110 a month.
I think that'd be cheaper than what I have now too, with this internet quality.
Yeah, so is it really as high speed and everything as what they say?
He showed me a picture. I think he was getting like 150 megs or something.
Huh.
James, you can move it around. They come with little tripods. He took camping with him over the weekend.
That's crazy. Anyway, Malachi, you got to invest in that.
Maybe we could
I'm
start.
looking it up right now. I'm on their website to see if they have service in my area or if I can get it.
Oh, so James, you got it?
So James has it. He's got 250.
You're not supposed to move it off your property, it says, though.
No, my buddy, he went camping with it.
Huh. Yeah, how would they know? I guess different satellite things or something. Who knows? I'm sure.
Okay, so it's $5.99 for the hardware where I'm at. $50 shipping and handling, estimated tax $40.57, service $110 a month. Deposit due today $99. However, it says fully find a book depending on location. Some orders may take 6 months or more to fulfill. And all I'm doing is pre-order.
Everything with Elon Musk is pre-order.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he has a fantastic
My
track record.
Cybertruck, dude. I don't think I'll ever get my Cybertruck.
I hear that from everybody that pre-orders one. I don't know if I'll ever get my Cybertruck.
Yeah, so James was on the list for 2 years or for a year, and then just got it 2 months ago.
I may just order it.
James, who is we?
You gotta put $100 down like everyone right now. You got lots of money, Malachi, so you're golden.
Oh, yeah. Tons. That's why I order so much from you.
School counselor salaries, I hear, are huge.
Oh, they're huge. Huge.
Dude, I don't want to sidebar this because I really would love to get into the roast because I just can't wait to blow some people out of the water tonight. But dude, like, so today, it's like the last day of school around here. There was over like OPS, which is Omaha Public School District. He had 700 teachers quit.
What?
Yeah. They're just like, no, we're not coming back in the fall. So far, I mean, that's just so far. So, man, I'm like, dude, this is terrible.
That's like down in LA when they started the vaccination mandates on the teachers. I think they lost like 1,200 teachers or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if this has anything to do with the mandates or not. It's just, man, I mean, gosh, these are treated terribly.
I mean, before the pandemic, this is something I can speak to.
Malachi,
They would let me speak.
why don't you close out of the StreamYard and come back into it?
Or do something. It sounds like you're talking through the Matrix or something, bro. Like you're just a step outside of the Matrix. Hey, James asked a question about the Rivian trucks. Man, Nate, have you seen those things?
I have.
What do you think?
Is that well? There's the one, the electric one, right?
Yeah, the Rivian's the electric one.
Yeah, I saw it towing a trailer, and a guy was saying like he was doing a review on it. He was going to do another video to see how long he got on it. I think they're kind of ugly looking. They're kind of
I don't know what to say about that, man. I mean, this is definitely, we're getting back into the era of mini trucks, right? So
yeah.
Hey,
Malachi.
Kevin.
Hello.
There you go.
Yay.
You're fixed.
Now, Malachi, don't breathe, don't talk, turn off the fan. I mean, do just nothing, bro. Maybe it is the fan, dude. Maybe the video is trying to keep up with the fan speed.
Hey, I'll give it a shot. Give me a second.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be funny if that's the issue? Like it could have been, this whole thing could have been resolved.
We'll see. So
the haven't really caught on in California yet, or at least in NorCal. I haven't seen a whole lot of Rivians.
Yeah, they I don't know what it is, man. We got a Quick Trips in our area. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those or not, but there must be a drop-off point for like these electric vehicles or Carvanas, because you'll see like Teslas being dropped off there. And the other day I saw they had some of those Rivian trucks, and they were dropping off a few. I've seen a few in town. They're just not impressive to me. I mean,
No.
So now
that one truck called that me and you were building. It was like the tank truck.
Yeah, what was that? I don't remember. I just remember it was very, very expensive.
You could get like the 6-wheel version, the regular version. It had we put the option of having electric shock handles. You go to try to open it, it's electrified. Bulletproof glass.
There were some fantastic features and options on there. I think by the time we were done, it was like 770,000 or something like that.
It came with the blinding kit, remember?
Yeah, there were some fantastic. Oh, you could get it from the factory with the Starliner headliner or the Starlight headliner kit. Like you could order it with that already installed. It's like,
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
It was pretty.
Is my internet working? Am I here?
Yeah, don't move your hand too much though, please.
Like the fan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on my hands.
Just stay in one spot. Speak slowly.
Aye,
What's up, Kristen?
Yeah, I don't know, man. If I got one of those like Rivians, I'd probably like drop it to the ground or something. I just, to me, it's just not a truck. I mean,
well, electric trucks, you could probably drop all the way down, huh?
I guess. I mean, there's a lot of modifications coming out for these things, so we'll see. I mean,
well, they're all going to be flat, completely flat on the bottom, right? Or the axle going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, I guess they should be. Again, I haven't really seen one, so I don't. I mean, I haven't like been in one. I shouldn't say I haven't seen one. I've seen them because there's a few in town around here, but I haven't been in one. So
I've yet to see one.
Yeah, they kind of look like a Ford Lightning and a Bronco kind of mixed into one.
Well, you guys know the story behind the Rivian, right? You know that's a Ford baby, right?
Uh-uh.
So Ford invested a ton of money in the Rivian, and recently, I mean, they just dropped a bunch of their stock. I mean, I think they dropped like, man, something like in the $12 billion mark or maybe it's $2 billion of their stock. But you know, Ford's hurting really, really bad this because they had a terrible quarter, and so I think they were like $2 billion down in quarter, and they're like on pace for a $12 billion loss this year. So. Yeah, so I know they dumped that, and then they came out with the Ford Lightning at the same time, and you know,
the numbers on the Lightning looked really good, and I was like, "Ooh, I kind of like that." But at the same time, their numbers, and it's a first gen of that, so I'm kind of skeptical. But what did it say? Like you could conservatively, like if you're really careful, you could run a house off of it for 10 days. Like off its battery.
something like that. Yeah.
I just don't like how they look. They don't look beefy enough for me.
Again, I think we're going to go through that period, though. I don't think we're going to see. I think the Cybertruck would probably be the leading, you know, beefster. I mean, just some of the, you know, mock-ups that you're seeing, and again, a lot of those mock-ups, even that I've shared, like, you know, on the page or whatever, about the new EV from Ram. You know, there's no actual production. There's no actual production prints out there right now. So, but again, they're going to have to lighten these things up, and they're trying to get power and their, you know, longevity. And I don't think any of these first ones that come out are going to, you know, do any cross country type of, you know, they're not going to be vehicles made for cross country type of stuff. So, towing campers and that kind of thing. So,
yeah, I saw this video. This guy, I don't know what the truck was exactly, but it was supposed to be like an electric GMC, like their 3500, if you will, electric dually, and he was a hot shotter. He was towing a camper from point A to point B. Normally a 5-hour.
That's new. I've never seen him do that before.
you're going weird, bro.
No one.
I feel bad for you, dude. Anytime you get into a dialogue of any kind, it's like it just goes downhill towards the end.
Anyway, I think it was supposed to be like a 5-hour drive, but because of the weight and it being electric, it ended up taking him like 6 days because he made it 50 miles and then the battery died and he'd have to pull over. He'd have to conserve X number of miles so he can find himself a charging station, charge up for however many hours, and then get back on the road. But he only gets to use like 40 miles because his range is 50 and he's got to find another charging station.
Yeah.
It took him days to make that trip. I'm like, that right there is my case against EVs. That's like my main case.
You've watched Talladega Nights, like when he's getting interviewed. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh, poor Malachi. Dude, yeah, and again, I don't, I live in, Omaha where it get cold and snow and that kind of stuff. I don't really hear people have major issues with like their Teslas and stuff, but some friends up in Minneapolis, they can't run their Teslas during the winter, up there. They have major issues with the batteries just not staying charged and that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
That's what I've heard.
Well, of course,
I've heard the same thing.
Your nickname is Super Sport.
All right, so we can get into roasting some trucks. I mean,
Dennis is just dying.
Dennis is jonesing. Dennis, should we jump straight to that find that you made today?
Oh, you like that one?
I'm kind of thinking we maybe start off with that.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. I figured you'd be okay with that. We'll see how the internet does.
Kimberly, I agree, man. That cold and batteries, I from what I hear, just don't mix either. So.
Boom.
All right.
Oh, that's weird.
We're live. Your dog's gonna call my dog over, Malachi. My dog's at the office. He's been at the office all day today, so.
If it ain't the internet, it's a dog. I swear.
Yeah, so I actually took the picture of this while I'm driving. I think we're at a light, so yeah. So let's go.
I honestly, I don't hate the color.
I love the color.
I don't hate that color at all.
I mean, obviously, I don't think I would use it for my personal vehicle, but I truly love that color. I mean,
Pepto-Bismol pink, you can't go wrong.
Well, it reminds me of the old Pink Panther, type of Mopar paint,
Right.
I give it points for no
Magenta.
chrome and for being all color matched.
The T-Mobile magenta.
Yeah, to have it all color match. So my question to you guys, because I got up close to this, is this painted or is this wrapped?
Huh. I'm gonna go with wrapped.
I think it's painted.
Think so?
Well, here's the reason why I think it's painted. Dude, I could not find a single seam, and I drove next to this thing for a long time.
Huh.
So
yeah,
I mean, no on the edge window seams where like the like the roof would come down to the doors. There was nothing there.
Yeah. If somebody is messaging me, I'm so sorry, but I am closing out my internet because I can't handle anything being open right now. But I think it's painted. I think it's painted.
It's a wrap is because that's just like the new thing. Like that's all everyone does.
Yeah, again, but there's a lot of gloss to that too. I mean,
there is a lot.
Again, if this was wrapped, whoever did wrap it did one hell of a job. So
Must be this rap guy,
Yeah.
what's that?
the homie hookup.
Yeah, this is a good one. So
The reason I think it's paint and not a wrap is down here on the bottom bumper. I mean, this line looks, it's a clean line.
Like a plastic piece on the bottom there.
Yeah, it might be, but like, I don't know. Because like I've seen gloss wrap. I've seen some really great quality wraps, but this just doesn't. It just doesn't like feel like a wrap. It doesn't look like it. And Dennis, I don't know if you noticed this. This guy over here in the mirror is eyeballing you.
yeah, he's probably like, what's this idiot doing? Like trying to take pictures. Obviously, you can see my camera or my phone, right? So
Right.
That
He's
damn
eyeballing you.
aftermarket bumper.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what would you guys rate this one?
I would go 6 just because I like the balls of the color.
Yeah, I like the color. Again, there's a couple things here for me, man. If you're gonna put, this much money into either a vehicle wrap or, paint, I would absolutely love it to have more, done to it. It looked to me like it's been leveled out. Obviously, I think you can tell that from the picture. But again, I mean, if you're gonna do this, I mean, put some more money into it. I mean, get some nicer wheels and tires. I mean, definitely some aftermarket stuff would look really, really slick on this. Again, why I would just paint match, the door handles too, so I could pick it apart. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, you spend all this money on that, and then you kind of keep the door handles and where they're at. So
Midnight pack.
yeah, maybe so. But I do a 5 on this one.
5.
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of like that the handles are black just to break it up a little bit, but I don't like the steps on there at all. I don't like the steps. I would like to see this thing with some more stance, but not necessarily. It doesn't have to go up a whole lot more. And
Yeah.
I would take off. I mean, the debadged whatever the trim is on it, whatever trim package it is. You've left the ram up in the right behind the front wheel, but you've gotten rid of the engine badge. Although it's a 5th gen, so it would be up on the hood. But
Ooh, Kevin.
I don't know. Like if you're gonna debadge it, finish debadging it. I'd put something else.
For that midnight package, man. You might as well just got the regular old normal stuff. Look at James. That damn Ram said they should be chrome the steps.
No, heavens no.
Oh, guys, come on now. That thing would be flawless with some chrome wheels on it.
Dude, it's black on pink. That's a hot combo.
That
I
would be
don't like it, and it's a hot
Hot rod.
combo. I don't know. I'm gonna give it like a 7.5, if not an 8.
holy smokes.
I don't
7?
know. Like 7, 8, somewhere in there.
Dude,
my
first of all, there's no way that thing gets above a 5.
I mean, 6 was stretching.
Yeah, maybe 6, but
Because it's clean. I mean, there's no, I don't see much, in my opinion, I don't see much half-assed on this. I mean, look at the bumper is color matched. It just looks, I don't know, it's just clean. I mean, I would like to see some black lights, or at least black housings. And I'd like to see some Okay, I'll come down to like a 6.5. I'll meet you there.
6.5.
Malachi, if this was white or black, you'd be like, that's like a 3. That's a 2. There's nothing done to it.
Yeah, but it's like Pepto-Bismol pink. Like, how often do you see that? We're all about obnoxious. What is more obnoxious than that thing? It's obnoxious as hell.
Paint match colored rims.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we'll go 5.5, 6-ish.
Fine, I'll go 6 and no lower.
Erica. Yeah, Erica, you are partial to black and pink, so I'll give you that one. Yeah, I agree though, Malachi, man. If that thing had a little more stance too, it wouldn't make those steps look as goofy as they look.
Well, steps are not. For me, in my opinion, steps you have to have at least a 4-inch lift, and you have to be like dwarf size to justify steps even on a 4-inch. But
Warhammer.
No, or you run amp steps
or amps.
on it, so they tuck up underneath, and you look super slick.
Yes.
I was like, Malachi, when we had the Gorilla guys on, you would not leave amp steps alone. They're like, no, Gorilla. Why should I get amp steps?
I was pushing the buttons just a little bit. Okay, let's go back to the top of the list, which is not that.
It's getting hot.
Oops, sorry.
I give that a 2.
Oh, stop yourself.
Oh, baby.
Oh man.
Brandon's truck.
Oh, yes.
Dude, I feel bad for Brandon because we're going to destroy him on this. Is he even on?
I don't think so.
Brandon, if you're not on, you better be on.
He was on a little bit ago. You're going to destroy him on it? I love it.
No, dude, I can destroy him because I think I sold him most of the stuff.
Yeah, this Scout Ram. He gave a guy his left kidney and his left, you know what, to wrap this thing.
All right, who's going to start with this one?
I'll start. It needs like a 10-inch lift on it.
Really?
He's going low. He's going low with
What
it.
would the
Either
reverse level?
It needs to either be a 10-inch lift on this thing, or this had better be slammed to the ground. It needs to go down more. Like right now, it reminds me of like a Lego set. I don't know why. It's just this like Legos. I mean, the wrap is cool, but his wheels are practically tucked in his fenders. Like the fender flare needs to come off. It's tucked in there. Like,
Hey,
There
Brandon,
he is. Brandon's on.
Hi, Brandon.
Brandon, please make sure you grab a box of tissues, bro, because we're about ready to let it loose.
Brandon, I love your truck. I'm not letting loose. I love it. It's Scout. It's Star Wars.
This guy is dedicated to Star Wars, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't send a hood picture, did he? Under the hood, I mean.
No.
You know, first off, this dude has a body to match this truck, by the way. Like, in all seriousness.
Are you saying Brandon doesn't have stance?
Well, there may be some truth to that, but what I'm saying is, like, I think he has this wrap on his actual physical body. This is where the inspiration came from.
If not, he's got the onesie he goes to bed in every night with it.
Brandon, you need to go and get yourself some onesies or like a leotard, like a stormtrooper leotard with this, and take a side-by-side shot with your truck.
Okay, so first off, he has got money in the wrap, right? He's got money into this truck. So hats off. I mean, this is creating its own identity. So by all means, I mean, he gets points for that, in my opinion. So
yeah.
He did not half-ass this at all. Like, this was like, yes, I don't have children, or no, he does have a kid. It's like, here, I'll raise the kid, but you get the deed to the kid when it turns 18 with this rap. Oh my goodness.
Brandon, it's always recorded. It's always on our page.
It's there forever.
So I'm curious, Brandon. Maybe you can answer this. Do you actually like get money from Walt Disney on this, or how does this work, bro?
Right?
Like you're a walking billboard for the. I mean, like literally walking and driving billboard for these guys. So
You know, I think I've seen like 2 other trucks in ARC with a Star Wars wrap.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know this, Nate, but if you have a black truck, it's called Black Betty, and if you have a white truck, it's called Stormtrooper. I mean, that's
Right.
It is what it is. It's how it works.
Oh my God. Everyone's Black Betty and everyone's Stormtrooper.
yeah, dude. I mean, like you guys see it, right? I mean, like you'll go on some of these pages. I'm like, dude, what should I name my truck? And it'll be like, if it's white, Stormtroopers like 35 times, and if it's black, it's like 400 times. It has Black Betty.
Right. I posted a picture on East Texas, and I was like, "Show me that booty" or something like that. And I posted a picture of the back of my truck with my big old Black Betty tramp stamp. And somebody's like, "Hey, I'm Black Betty too." I'm like, "Not anymore. You're not."
Good.
Ask Greg how that went. It didn't happen. He lost it. Just
Didn't Greg ultimately change the name of his truck?
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
1 true Black Betty right here.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, I think you've done amazing on this truck, though. Quite honestly, I mean, again, this one's very unique.
Oh yeah.
I think what's most important about this just pisses off some people, which is cool to me. So,
Oh yeah. This is fantastic.
yeah. So, but I do agree, man.
So.
You know, again, I would tell Disney to start throwing some cash in on this thing for you.
No, they'll probably start suing him for copyright infringement or something.
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
Did you see the guy that did his Corvette in Cars theme?
No, it wasn't a Corvette. It was another. He did it on one of his cars, and they hammered him for it. They were sending him to court. He had to change it to. He had to change his name on it and all kinds of stuff.
Brandon, you better be hitting up Andrew on those 420s.
Yeah. Okay, here's something that I just cannot seem to figure out. This whole truck is like black, white. There's a little bit of like a orange on here or rust color. But then you have these very bright and obnoxious red tow hooks. Like, I feel like there's black ones out there. Like, I just don't. Okay, the tow hooks will be changed. Okay, that was my.
All right. Are you painting the tow hooks, Brandon? Or are you gonna leave them?
I think he's sending them to Andrew to paint.
Powder coated to white.
Oh, good job. Good job. All right. So what are we rating this one?
I'm going 9.
Oh man.
So you get all up in my case about giving 8 to the Pink Panther, and then you're going to go and slap a 9 on here? Get on my case about the Pink Panther. Good Lord.
Yeah, but this is unique. He's got some money into it. I mean, you know, he definitely gets more than average.
That's right. No chrome. The way I kind of look at it is,
But because
like
of
this, I love it because you're going to get a lot of reaction from kids. That's what makes. You're going to drive by and you're going to see kids just smack their face against the windows looking at it. I mean, I get that.
I disagree, Nate. You're going to get 35 to 45-year-old men smacking their face across the window.
Yes, same with that. Yep.
They'll be crawling up and out of their basements, their mom's basements, going, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
Chris is giving him a 2 because I think he's jealous.
They're gonna get rid of they're gonna swing their heads from their Pornhub to look at this thing, because most of these guys got to be single, bro.
I'm gonna have to turn off the ARC feed here in a minute. I can tell. Oh, I discovered how to cut feeds to different destinations mid-broadcast, so we don't have to go all the way out and back in for the after dark, which we're not doing this week.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Because of lack of Chrome, he can never get more than a 5 from me.
whatever.
So, dude, I'm telling you, man, you put some Chrome wheels on this thing, dude. It's a total game changer. So,
I'm thinking I'm gonna go with a 7.
Deep dish Chrome wheels, 20 by 12s, and as long as he doesn't turn, he should be completely fine with the reverse level on this thing, and it would look smoking hot.
I'll
Then
agree
he
on
would
the
be
wheel size.
he would be at a 9, but where he's currently at, he's at a 5.
I'd like to see wheels with a little bit of a negative offset. Would be cool. I'd like that.
On a reverse level, though, I don't know on a reverse level.
Well, I'm just looking at this top right picture, and it looks like a rollerblade. The wheels are like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And then I would really like to see, instead of this really fancy hitch, sorry for any children listening, I'd like to see some big fuzzy Chewbacca balls. That's just me. I mean,
Maybe the Stormtrooper huevos.
Obi-Wan's got to have the biggest ones, right? I mean, or no, Yoda.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why he waddles everywhere.
Yoda's 40% nuts underneath that little.
Well, Brandon's to Endor to find a Wookiee. I love it. Look at that. The true nerd is coming out in Brandon. Bring it out, Brandon. Let your freak flag.
He's gay, man. He's like, I would put it out there, and you guys just have to deal with it. But now this is where he gets above a 5, is because he does do that, right? So he lives this thing. So that alone gets him major points. So lack of Chrome obviously brings him no higher than a 5, but then putting himself out there, he gets a 7 from me.
However, I'm going to out nerd Brandon on this. Endor is not where you're going to find the Wookiees. You're going to find them on Kashyyyk. They're not on Endor. Just saying. Okay.
Oh, man.
Endor is where the Ewoks are. The Wookiees are from Kashyyyk. Boom. I'm way too into Star Wars. Okay, here we go.
They're from where?
The Wookiees are from Kashyyyk, and the Ewok little teddy bears are from Endor.
I love Wicked. He's such a cute one.
All right, dude. You want a truck that doesn't need Chrome and is actually done well? This is it. This
is a 10. Look at the moose, the stance. It's a 10 for me. It's still a 10. Always.
The sad thing on this is she was a 10 the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then she redoes it. Her husband redoes it, John, and it's a 10 again.
I want to meet the detail person, whoever does the detailing, because Black Betty needs some love right now.
Listen, John comes home. He'll work like 15 hours, and he will come home when it's 106 out and wash the Ram and their 300.
What
every other day.
Where's he from? Where are these guys from?
Down in Manteca.
Manteca.
California.
California.
That's a Texas truck. That is a Texas truck through and through, and it's in California.
So does that mean he has a V6 in this thing because he's from California?
No.
No, it's a.
You guys allowed to have V8s out there?
I have a V8.
Well, I'm turning you in, dude.
EPA card right there.
Yeah,
dude, you guys. Hey, you know we talked a lot about the industry, but did you guys hear what they did to the Cobb tuning? EPA.
No. What they do to carb?
Dude, they served them papers with guns drawn So they go in with guns drawn and serve papers.
To Cobb?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why you can't get anything Cobb. I mean, it's like a dead company almost. I mean, yeah. So this is the stuff that is going on. And if we, I hate to get up on the soapbox here, but I will. Those that like these vehicles or anything or want to modify or whatever, if you do not become a member of SEMA and fight for these rights or sign the RPM Act, I mean, boy, you guys are just sitting back waiting for someone else to come in and tell you what you're going to be driving someday.
Yep.
And what you're going to be doing.
Yep. No, Kimberly, EPA is strict on everything. That's why, like, if you go online, like somebody got to experience it in ARC this week. If you try to ask about getting rid of any kind of emissions components, 99 times out of 100, you are not going to get a response. Like, you have to talk in code online about doing any kind of emissions modifications whatsoever, no matter where you're at. Like, sure, you have those states and those counties that they're like, oh, we don't inspect. But if EPA finds out, oh, you're toast. Absolutely toast. So, no, it's not just rigs. I mean, they're after everybody.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. And I'm telling you what, we are going to have to figure a way to come together to make a difference. And our voice every day that we do not act individually is a day that we are just letting it go, So we all have individual responsibility. When I see people comment that, oh, I'll never go to electric, or I'll never do this or whatever, and if they're not part of the individual membership at SEMA and they're not signed the RPM Act, those words are absolutely pointless and useless because it does nothing on. And don't get me wrong, I love the comments that you find on the American Ram Club page, but if that's all you're doing, you're preaching to the wrong audience. So those that want some of this stuff and want to see us have lifted vehicles, I mean, hell, they tried to outlaw the Carolina squat vehicles in Virginia, and the dumbasses put on there that you basically can't modify your suspension is really how the law is written. So I mean, so again, we got to step up and then again, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'm involved in the industry. I mean, if we're going to protect our community, we got to do it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll get off the soapbox.
That's a great soapbox. I'm all for that soapbox. Yeah, no, Kimberly, you'd be surprised how many people are in the same boat. They refuse to go to California. A lot of my in-laws do hotshot trucking, and they won't go to California. It doesn't matter how high the pay is for that load or that run. It could be quadruple everything else available. They will not take that load to California.
Hey guys, I'm gonna boogie off of here. I'm starting to hit me hard right now.
All right, bud.
I'll see you guys later.
See you, brother.
See you, man.
Thanks for chiming in.
Yeah,
Thanks. Talk to you later, bud.
Take care of yourself. All right, what we got going on here, Malachi?
We have, I'm having my own little technical issues, not internet necessarily, but I'm having my own computer issues, and I'm trying to work through them. But we have a beautiful Texas rig.
This looks like a Texas truck.
Oh, yeah. It looks Texas. It's got Texas plates. It screams Texas. My only complaints are the back badge is chrome, and I can't tell if the center. Oh, yeah, the grill has chrome on it. Other than that, this thing is. I'd like some more meat on the wheels, like the wheel to tire ratio could use some love. But I like this. Like, these tires look fine. Those are okay. But then up here, it looks stretched. I'm not a fan of stretched. Oh, and his handles are chrome. I didn't see that.
Yeah. I definitely I would get on the horn. Whoever owns this truck, I'd message Andrew Hopkins right now. Get yourself some door handles. Get that taken off. Get that badging. If you're going to keep the badging, let's turn it to black. Do that right away.
Wait a minute. We have a little issue. So
What?
Nando up here, up on the top. Oh, this is two different trucks. No wonder. Oops. I was going to say, sorry, this is a twofer. So the top three are a different truck than the bottom one. I didn't realize that. I did an oops.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So the
Okay,
top
so
three.
let's go with the top one.
Yeah.
Bro, like seriously, call Andrew or message him right now and start working on this. Because you got way too nice of a truck to run around with those details not taken care of. So I disagree with Malachi. I love on the top one. I love the wheels and tires. I love that setup. I don't know, Malachi, if you know this or not, but new tires we're not back in the late 80s, early 90s. So you don't need the same tire ratio as you once did. So,
Well, the more rubber, the smoother the ride is my experience, and that's why I like more meat.
yeah, but I mean, these guys, I mean, these trucks are these tires, except for recently, I would say. I mean, they're the quality rubber coming out, or the quality rubber that was coming out, is good. So.
Yeah. But no, I like this truck. I've seen it in person. He's one of my East Texas guys. The top truck. I haven't seen the bottom truck in person, but the top truck, it's beautiful. It is really a beautiful truck. And I seem to recall, I don't remember seeing the chrome on the grill in person, but I'm seeing it in the picture. But like if we could get the chrome badges or the chrome off, so the handles, this back badge, and then whatever's going on with this front grill. I can't remember if it has that grill still or not, but I like this truck. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he could even go an aftermarket grill like the bottom one there. Clean things up. I personally would. I mean, even if you did murder this out, if you go up and finish that off, I'd still, man, the thing. I mean, the wheels and tires look really, really good now. Don't get me wrong, but this is the reason why I don't like black. It's hard to say where they start and stop. So to me, you lose some of your dimension a little bit. Looks like he chimed in and says, I don't remember sending you that.
Yeah, he was the bottom one. You might have posted it, Nordo. I'm not sure. But your truck's beautiful. Nordo, yours is beautiful too.
Nordo, just get a hold of Andrew Hopkins.
Yeah.
Message him, man. Finish that thing out. You're there, dude.
Yeah. This is Nordo. I would just take the badges off and you're done.
Are we talking about the bottom one now?
Well, this down here is Nordo, I believe. And then the top is my guy Nando.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm confused.
Okay, so the top three are one truck. The bottom one is a different truck.
Yeah, but I thought the top one was Nordo's. That's not.
The top one is Nando. The bottom one is Nordo.
Dude, you got to get your poop in alignment, dude.
I know. I don't know what happened with this one. I don't know what happened. They're both beautiful trucks, and they're both almost there. Like, they're both just a couple minute details. Like, Nordo, debadge it, and you're done.
Nordo and Nando is in Nando?
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't make this any more complicated, dude.
Right. So, bottom, Nordo.
Do you guys have the same last name, Nordo? That would be the only way we can make this more complicated.
No, there's Nordo on the bottom. His last name is Rules, and then Nando is Rodriguez.
Yeah, Nordo, you need tint too, man. I mean, if you're gonna do this all with that truck, I agree. I mean, dude, I would just murder that thing. Personally, I would throw 35 on the windshield. So you got, so you got that, and then I would take all those windows and I would drop them at minimum to 15, but more or less I'd come out to about 10% across, so you can still see a little bit at night. But
Yeah. I want to do. I have 35 on my two. I have 5 on all my backs, and then the front 2 are 35, and then the front I have more than the legal limit of 5% brow, and then 85 on the rest of the windshield. But I did that when I was in California. Out here, they have similar rules, but they're a lot more lenient if you have doctor's note, which I have. So I just need to get on that. But tint would be really good for Nordo. That and debadge, and this thing's done.
Yeah, dude, that thing would you? Yeah, I mean the top one's debadged, right, on the side.
Yeah.
I just changed out that rear one, and then on the bottom one, Nordo. Then, yeah, I mean take those badges off or go get black ones.
Yeah. See, tint will come Nordo, the bottom says definitely debadging soon. Tint will come eventually. Nordo, when you're ready to debadge, feel free to hit me up. I've kind of learned a bit of a secret. Don't do what they say to do on YouTube, because it's a lot more work than the thing I figured out, because I've debadged a lot. But let me know. I'll give you my secrets. Okay, they're both like 9s in my book.
Oh my gosh, dude! Seriously?
At least 9.5. Just get the debadge and tint down here, debadge up here, and then
Okay, the top one I will give a 7 to. Again, you got all those little details not completed on this truck, so you gotta. That's where you really start to make a difference, is when you put all those little details in.
Yeah.
Again, like Brandon's, you get a really kind of clean look, or even that first one, right? I mean, here you're still a little choppy, so that's obviously going to pull that off. So no more than a 7.
I'm still going to go with 9 on both of them, just because Nordo is so close to perfection. Nando, I keep forgetting about the door handles, but if he can get the door handles, the back badge, and then whatever is going on with the front grille, okay, his I'll do an 8, because it's super close. Super close.
Michelle asked, what size camper are you pulling?
Well, here's
Nordo,
more
maybe.
of Nordo. This is Nordo also. I don't know why he ended up on the other picture, but this is more of the bottom truck.
Oh, okay.
Are those chrome exhaust tips?
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Right.
Nordo, what type of exhaust do you have on this thing, man? You got this badass truck. You better have some good exhaust on here.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you better be planning to put the boiler attack on this thing, because this thing looks like it needs it. I mean, it just screams that it should talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's a good looking truck though.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Brandon, you need the black tips from Carvin.
I got a black tip from eBay. Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Yeah, I confess.
I'm sorry, when those things rust out, dude, just hit me up for the real ones.
I'm going to. I've got it because you don't see it, so I was like, you know what? The wife approved the $58 tip. I'm gonna snag it now, and then I'll get a bougie, expensive, fancy one later. I'll circle back to it. I want it to be nice and loud when I go through the tunnel at Lamb.
Yeah.
That was the goal. So, I like this. I like this truck. Nordo, debadge, and put some black tips on it, and you're pretty much there. Oh, hello, babe.
Yeah, you guys got some good. Those are some good looking trucks. I mean, there's no question. I personally like, on that bumper. I mean,
my wife approves of the grill. She likes the grill.
Yeah, I mean, again, with an aftermarket bumper, man, I mean, this thing does look good. I mean, I always like a winch in my bumper, but that's more personal preference. I do more winching, I guess, than more minimum maintenance roads up here in Nebraska than there are, things at night, I guess. So, yeah, man, get some caps too for those mirrors.
They look like they're black.
Are they? Are they black?
Yeah, the black plastic.
Oh, I apologize, man. That one kind of looked like it was chrome from my computer.
Hmm.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Plus,
It's saying a 9 though. It's close.
yeah, it's super close. It's staying a 9 for me. Trim Illusions does not have tow mirror caps. I've tried.
Oh yeah.
We got to talk to him about that. Those are definitely tow mirrors. Do we want to go? Do we want to continue? Because the next is a mini truck, and then after that, there's obviously more. But do we want to call it good at that, or do you want to keep going?
I'm gonna have to get going after. I think we can do one more, and then I have to roll, bro.
Okay, yeah, we'll call it there because I'm sure my internet's going to end again. Because it's Malachi's internet. So this one was on our show a few weeks back. It was the Shark truck that we loved so much. He ended up doing away with the Shark, and this is it now. He's got all custom interior. He just built a custom center console. He sent me a bunch of pictures, but I couldn't get them all to fit. It would have been a nightmare trying to get it all to fit. But
Man, I really like that Shark theme though. That
yeah,
vehicle.
I like the Shark theme, but I didn't know. I don't think you could. Like, what wheels would you put with the Shark theme? But I do like this. I like the new theme too. Although I think I would have done the wheels in the same blue.
Yeah.
Although
I don't know,
they
man.
do go with the seats.
This truck's a good looking truck though. I mean, I like these mini trucks. Again, I'm glad you bring them in because we need to get used to them because I think we're going to see more over the next decade. So
Yeah.
this is definitely making a turn coming back. So
Yeah.
obviously with the Ford Maverick doing what it's doing in sales too, we're going to see a lot more of this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Quite frankly, I wish that we would get more mini trucks submitted for the roast, but we get like the same 3 people that keep sending their trucks and they just keep modifying them, which I'm totally for. But
that's cool though.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we would get more mini trucks. I wish that we would get more of like those square bodies that we were having for a couple of weeks. And then I've gotten no submissions from Mopar Octane, so I got one, and it wasn't even on Mopar Octane. So I want more than just Rams. I mean, I love Rams, but I want more. I'm desperate for a Civic to show up. I want one so bad.
Did you ever connect with the guys from what used to be Ram Rebel Nation? But
yeah, I post on there every week.
Okay, and then I can get you probably connected with the guys from the F-150 groups and
oh yeah,
the Cat Eye Alliance groups real well. So that's a good group because a lot of those trucks are modified. I mean, they're older, so they have been modified and stuff like that. So they'd be some good trucks to roast.
Yes, I'll definitely. Honestly, we'll take anything. I mean, I have for next week. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 tapped out on those. So.
Yeah, your internet is starting to go.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I give the new mini truck. I give it like I give it a 9.
Damn, dude, you're high tonight.
It's clean. Okay, I'll go with an 8. I'll tell you what, I'll go with an 8. I would like to see the badge on the back not be chrome. I'd like to see it in the blue since it's on a gray surface. I'd like to see something different with those wheels. I'd like to see them like blue, but then again, they go with the interior, so that works, I guess. And I just don't like the tail lights. They remind me of like somebody went to Walmart and got the chrome taillights for their Civic, is what it looks like to me. Or like, I have an Escalade and I'm going to throw these chrome taillights on.
See, to me, for this truck to be a 9, first off, you got to have the shaved handles, right?
Yes.
So you should have shaved handles on this mini truck, and I think that's what would get you to the 9 type of quality.
Handles and tailgate, door handles and tailgate. Yeah.
To get to a 10, though, I mean, you got to have this thing on bags, dude. And I mean, that would get you, your 10 status, in my opinion. So. Again, very clean. I like it. I personally like the tail lights. I don't think the headlights, match. Those are factory, right? I mean,
they look like,
yeah. So I think there's a little bit of work to do in the front there. So again, I would kind of knock that down a little bit. But I would say this thing's, at a 7, maybe an 8.
Yeah, I can see.
But again,
I can see. I'll
that 9. Yeah, to get to that 9, you just would have to shave the door handles and then drop that. I mean, put the thing on bags.
I didn't even think about shaving, which is sad that I didn't think about it because I'm trying to shave my tailgates. So, yeah. It's
Nordo, reach out to Andrew Hopkins, man, and get those black tips. Really don't buy the ones off of eBay unless you guys are unless you like black tips with rust in them.
It's a stopgap, Dennis. It's a stopgap. I gotta buy those headlights. I gotta buy headlights.
Dude, you got a lot of things, dude.
Yeah, I do.
That's the problem, man. These things, like these vehicles and what have you, man. I mean, again, they got lives and all this other stuff to take care of. But
yeah.
All right, man. Yeah.
Counselor's salary is it's great, but not that great.
Hopefully they make it better for you, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I gotta go, man. I gotta get home. It's raining here.
For sure. Cool. Well, Dennis, thank you so much for coming on and for bearing with me and my internet. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Super excited about the installer network, and we'll always have you on.
Yeah, man. I'll get more of those guys on too, man. Some of these guys are doing some amazing stuff, like our group in Oklahoma with Integrity Customs and stuff that we'll be bringing on. This was BDS's largest installer. So now we tie into the BDS network and all this other stuff. Although, those guys are having a terrible time fulfilling orders since this. So, everyone's kind of struggling with that. Fox took them over. So there's issues there. So,
I'm sure. Well, thanks again. Drive safe getting home, and thanks for coming on, and we'll see you in a couple weeks, I'm sure. And
yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
For sure.
All right, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good one.
See you guys later. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Come on, now it won't end.